So, it's race weekend for the final time this year. This weekend, we're for once not using a ferry to go racing. We're going to be heading to Mondello Park for my first home race this year, one and only this year, for the annual end of season Fiesta 6-hour race. It's a race I always look forward to every year. It's just such a different buzz compared to a normal sprint race. So, basically, 6-hour endurance race in Mondello using the Z-Tech Fiesta, which I've won the race for a couple of years, won the championship in. So, it'd be nice to get back in one after a year racing STs in the UK. Racing this year with Jack Byrne, former Genetic Junior Ireland champion and current ST frontrunner here in Ireland. He's won a couple of races and he's doing really well. And former Irish Saloon Car champion Tomás O'Rourke is going to come back to racing this year. So, team's really competitive. So, go down tomorrow for a bit of testing just to get the eye in and see how the cars like. Hopefully, it should be all good. And then we've got 6 hours on Sunday, obviously, for a race. So, strategy and all is going to be the big game of the game. Like, it's a totally different ball game to what we're normally at. But having finished second in it last year. Last year we did it in 2019. So, yeah, looking forward to it. Hopefully we should have a good race. I'm pretty confident with the lineup we have and the planning that's going into it, but it's 6 hours, anything can happen. So we're just going to have to chip away at it and, again, just see where we get to the end by the end of it. Right, we're just here testing now for the Fiesta 6-hour. As you can hear behind me, there's loads of Fiestas going around. It's a little bit damp and sleepy today. It's not ideal considering tomorrow's meant to be dry, but yeah, the entries this weekend is stacked. Like, we've got single-seater champions, we've got 2 former British touring car race winners, even champion Andrew Jordan competing along with the best that Ireland has. So yeah, it's going to be a mad race to compete. So yeah, we're just trying to get out. We're doing our driver changes, working through our strategy for tomorrow, and just getting the feel for the car, and then go out and do some night running now because the last hour and a half in the dark. So yeah, the car feels really well. We're running around on ball tires, no het, which makes it sketchy. But yeah, we're hanging on now. There's no point trying to do as little running as possible today because the car's got the last 6 hours tomorrow. But yeah, so yeah, it's having good fun so far. Just trying to work on basically the big plan for tomorrow. Tomorrow's obviously the main thing. So yeah, go out now and do some night running and see how it is in the dark. Right, just finished qualifying now for the Fiesta 6 hours. Very tight session. We ended up finishing up P8 overall. It's not a bad start to the race now. To be fair, there wasn't much in the car. I drove the absolute stones out of it. So but the car feels good for the 6 hours ahead, so we've got loads of time to make up places and try and stay out of trouble. The first stint is going to be utter mayhem, so the start's going to be interesting. So just have to make final preparations out, and then we're going to head out to the grid.
floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
Right, we're just past the halfway mark in the Fiesta 6 hour. I started the race. I managed to climb my way up from 8th to 4th by the end. It was a bit hectic battling with Kevin O'Hara and Johnny Whelan, and I was catching up to Andrew Jordan by the end. So it's quite mad to see her chasing down a former British touring car champion around Mondello in the Fiesta. But yeah, there seems to be two races here. There's the lads that are just eating tyres to try and create and getting back on gaps, and then there's us who are playing the long game, trying to stretch tyres. Like, we did stretch our set of tyres to halfway distance, but I was doing the last 6-7 laps and my god, the vibrations, and the tyre was just, I'll show you now, it's just absolutely shot to pieces. So yeah, I think we're in the battle for the podium, last top of the podium. Between 3rd and 6th is all very close. It's all going to pan out towards the end. We're hoping that being conservative kind of this part of the race is going to save us, because boys are changing tyres a lot earlier than us. So we might gain a tyre stop back at the end, which would save us 40-50 seconds. So Jack's back out in the car now, and then it'll be Tomas, Jack, and then myself to finish the race. So yeah, still a long way to go, and anything can and probably will happen. Right, we've just got an hour to go here. It's getting very, very close to the front. It's turning into a race between ourselves and the two Murray Motorsport entries. So the 31 Murray car is kind of out front, but it's been killing tyres, so it's coming out of the pits. It's kind of pitting quite a lot and creating the gaps. Jack's currently stuck behind Andrew Jordan now, the former touring car champion, so he's chipping away. We think we might get away with one stop compared to everyone else has to do two. So hopefully, we don't know, we could snag this to the end, but it's going to be very, very close. I've got the job of trying to bring this to the end, so oh, this is getting nervous now. Right, finally getting time just to get around to update how we got on at the end of the Fiesta 6 hour. We actually finished up P2 in the end. That's the 2nd year in a row finished P2, but it was a great job by the whole team, by Jack, Tomas, and the rest of the whole guys and girls of JBM. It was a brilliant day all day. We wrung the neck of that poor car for 6 hours to get it to where it was. But yeah, I got back in for the end, and the 31 Murray car was a little bit too far in front to catch unless they hit problems. And we were holding off the 32 car quite well, and then there was a safety car come out, which meant we gained a lap back on them. So it was just kind of bringing it to the end and managing. The tyre was starting to go again on it, so I was just trying to manage it at the end and not do anything crazy. But yeah, overall it was a fantastic day. It's fun. I love getting back into Z-Tech for the day. Like, I've raced STs all year in the UK. It was a nice change to go back to what I started racing in, really. So yeah, that's the end of the 2021 season now, so we got to try and work on, see what we can do for 22. But yeah, it's been a fantastic year. Obviously going to the UK for the first time, winning over there, and then coming back and almost winning that 6 hour. I mean, we will do it one day. That's the third, second place I've had in that race now. So yeah, another case of so near but so far. But yeah, so it's been a good season. Thanks to all my sponsors and everyone who supported me. It's been a fantastic year from what was started. I don't think we were racing at all because of COVID to what we ended up doing. So yeah, it's time to sit back and relax and see what we can do for 2022.